We haven't gotten a good Lego drop since January or February, and we finally just figured out why. January, February, fantastic. March was a little slow. April is always pretty quiet. And we kind of figured out what's happening for May and June, and I'm so excited. There's so many different sets releasing. Starting literally tomorrow, we're having 15 sets drop, and then through June 1st, there is so many sets that are going to be dropping. It's actually insane. Today, I'm going to go through every single one of those launch dates, and we're going to talk about every single set starting from least expensive to most expensive. Let's get into it. Obviously, our first launch date is tomorrow, May 1st, and we have the least expensive set on this whole list, the F1 collectible cars. This is obviously part of the F1 collection. They will cost $4.99 and they're 29 pieces. These function a little similar to minifigs if you ever bought them before, where you open up a pack and then you kind of find out what's inside. There's 12 different varieties of what you can get. 10 of the team cars, one F1 Academy car, and then one F1 car. I'm not really sure what that means. I'm not an F1 fan. Not that I dislike F1, I don't have the brain space for it. I honestly think these are a pretty good deal. It's like a blind box item, but it's not that expensive. I personally am a fan of Smithski's, but like even in Japan where they're manufactured, you still can get them for like $7 minimum. Here it's like $10 a box, so like $5 is not bad at all. Plus you get to build something with it, which is pretty cool. Next up is the Luke Skywalker Rebel Pilot 40795. This one's in two categories of Lego, Star Wars, and Brickheads. It's $9.99 and it's 138 pieces. As you may know, May 4th is Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. And Lego does a big drop for May 4th, and this is part of that. Obviously, because I'm going from least expensive to most expensive, this is the least expensive Star Wars drop we're getting. This also isn't the first Luke Skywalker we've gotten. We've also gotten Luke Skywalker and Yoda, and I believe one more set, but I don't want to misspeak here. Regardless, this is a very neat looking set, and I think the outfit translates very well into Brickheads, and it looks like a great build. I probably will buy it, just do it off camera, because Brickhead videos do not do well for me. Next up is the Petite Sunny Bouquet 10347. This is part of the Botanical Collection. It costs $29.99 and has 373 pieces. Since botanicals are a really popular Lego category, I literally have one right here in case you were curious. I love botanicals. Before this set was announced, I was like, wow, it's weird we haven't gotten a botanical in a while, because botanicals are a very popular collection, and our last one was on February 1st with a flower arrangement. We technically did get a gift with purchase, but I don't really feel like that counts. This set honestly looks adorable. It has a great value and a great price. The bouquet has 7 different flower varieties. They didn't announce what all of them are yet, but we do know that there are bluebells, yellow tulips, and a pink gerbera. I for sure will be buying this one. I love botanicals. Up next is the Revenge of the Sith Heroes and Villains 40796. Like the Luke Skywalker one, this belongs to 2 collections, the Brickheads and the Star Wars. It costs $49.99 and has 656 pieces. The set includes Padme, Anakin, General Grievous, Emperor Palpatine, and Mace Windu. One thing I really like with this set is the way that the eyes are different on the villains. I think that's a really fun little touch. All these look like they'd be really fun builds. Some of them can be really hard to put into the Brickhead format, but I think Lego did a really good job with that. In particular, the General Grievous looks amazing. I'm actually really happy with how that came out. I love how instantly you can recognize the characters for it. It's awesome, and I definitely want it. Up next is the brick-built Star Wars logo 75407. This is obviously part of the Star Wars collection. It costs $59.99 and has 700 pieces. I saw the movies as a kid, and I'll be honest, I don't remember it much. It is on my list of things to rewatch, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Regardless, this set looks like it's an incredible build, and there's a little hidden thing in the tea that I'm very excited about. I will for sure be buying this one. Up next is the Kylo Ren Helmet-75415. Again, Star Wars collection, it'll be $69.99 and has 529 pieces. I think this looks amazing, and if you collect these style builds, it's a must. I personally haven't built these sets, but my brother does, and he says they're quite tricky. Kinda want this one. I'm going back and forth on it. Up next is the Jango Fett Helmet 75408. Again, this is part of the Star Wars collection. It costs $69.99 and has 616 pieces. It's a slightly better deal than the last one, value-wise. Again, this one also looks amazing. I'm debating it, but I probably need to know a little bit more about Star Wars before buying a bunch of the sets. It's also hard to justify to my husband when I'm like, I don't even know who these characters are 100%, but I want it. Up next is Kylo Ren's Command Shuttle 75406. Again, Star Wars, it costs $69.99 and has 386 pieces. This one looks incredible, but the value is horrendous on this. It's a bit disappointing because I could see this being a set you very much would want to do if you're into Star Wars, but it just looks cool in general. So it's a little... Why? Up next is the Rebel U-Wing Starfighter 75329. Again, Star Wars collection. It costs $69.99 and it has 594 pieces. I love some of the minifigs with this one, and it has a lot of cool movement, including the ability to pose the wings and a secret compartment that opens. The cockpit also opens, which is really cool. Up next is the Chopper C110P Astromech Droid 75416. Again, Star Wars collection. It costs $9.99 and it has 1,039 pieces. Again, this looks incredible and I want to build it. Like the K2SO, it comes with a little plaque with a mini, which is really cool and fun for display. Up next is the Avengers Endgame Final Battle 76323. This is part of the Marvel collection. It costs $99.99 and has 621 pieces. A bit of a ripoff in my opinion. The concept of this one's really neat and has a lot of really cool minifigures. I think it looks nice, but the price is a little higher than it should be. I'll be honest, this one is not on my buying list. Finally, we have the last and most expensive of the May 1st drops, Jango Fett's Firespray-Class Starship 75409. Obviously, this is part of the Star Wars collection. It costs $299.99 and it has 2,970 pieces. Honestly, the value is great for a licensed IP. It comes with 2 minifigures, Jango Fett, obviously, and Boba Fett, but like young Boba Fett. It comes with this nice little display plaque, and if you get it on May 1st, like until supplies last, you can get a special little gift with purchase keychain, which is kind of cool. On May 15th, we have a weird mid-month 2-set drop. First, we have the Keith Haring dancing figures 31216. It's part of the art collection. It costs $119.99 and has 1,713 pieces. Insane value. I did see a video of someone saying it has 5 booklets, which means that 5 people could theoretically do it at once, although I'll probably just do the whole thing by myself. My husband loves Keith Haring, so this was like an easy one. I told him it was coming out. He's like, you gotta get that one. So I definitely will be getting it, but also during the video because I've learned so much about Keith Haring. I'll share some of that with you during the video, so subscribe to see that. Also, something really cool with it is it does have these like little wall mount things behind it so you can hang it on the wall, or these are totally meant for shelf too. Like this one isn't like, you could put it on a shelf, but it's not 100% meant for it because, can you see like this? It's not really level and flat, but the other ones can go both ways. So that's a really cool feature. Especially when you're getting already such a good value, I'm pretty happy with that. The second one we have is the Mario Kart, Mario and Standard Kart 72037. Obviously, this is part of the Super Mario collection. It costs $169.99 and has 1,972 pieces. Fantastic value. It looks great. It looks like it would be a fun build. I want to do it, but Super Mario videos for me personally don't do that well, so I'm like kind of going back and forth on it. I might just buy it and build it on my own, but it's a little hard at that like $170 price to do that. June 1st, we have another very similar size drop to May 1st, and we have 14 sets coming out, which is kind of crazy. And that's like all we know of right now. I feel like over the last week, we've heard of so many of these get announced that I'm like, this could change, but as of right now, here's what we know. First, we have the Happy Plants 10359. This is part of the Botanical Collection. It costs $29.99 and has 217 pieces. This is a very unique set within the Botanical Collection. I personally have never seen a set done like this. It's really cute, but I think it's maybe a tad specific to people who like cutesy things, aka me, so I'm going to buy it and do it. But like, I could see some people not liking it. Up next, we have Petite and Sparkplug's Camp 77075. This is part of the Fortnite collection. This one is also $22.99 and has 250 pieces. I honestly don't know much about Fortnite. I've never played. I do like video games, so that's just not one I've ever really touched, but it does look really awesome. The minifigures look incredible on this one. Up next to the Too Fast, Too Furious Honda S2000 77241. This one's part of the Speed Champions collection. It costs $26.99 and is 300 pieces. I'll be honest, I already pre-ordered this one. I pre-ordered it like as soon as you could. It looks incredibly cool. It reminds me of a Barbie car. I want it so bad, and I will be building it because I already got it. I already paid for it a long time ago. Up next is the Baby Dinosaur Dolores Aquiliopop 76970. I didn't say that right. It's okay. This is part of the Jurassic World collection. Costs $27.99 and it has 339 pieces. This one's very cute. It's advertised as being extremely posable with a tail that even can be posed, which kind of reminds me of the Majestic Tiger. I don't know exactly if the mechanics will be the same, but that's kind of cool. Up next is the Raptor Off-Road Escape 76972. This is part of the Jurassic World collection, costs $39.99 and has 285 pieces. Again, not a good value. What is happening with these? It looks like a set that would be great for kids playing or a very, very specific Lego City if you had that theme. It's just a bit of a ripoff again. But it's not as bad of a ripoff as the T-Rex River Escape 76975. It's part of the Jurassic World collection. It costs $49.99 and has 199 pieces. What is happening with these? This is definitely a set that's targeted towards kids. I don't know how much of the T-Rex is actually building a Lego. It's just a bit of a ripoff. Up next is Japanese red maple tree Bonsai 10348. It's part of the botanical collection. It costs $59.99. It has 474 pieces. That one could be a little bit of a ripoff, but I think it's the pieces on this one that are making it a little bit more expensive. I've been waiting so long for this one. I did the original, and within the booklet they showed some like other variations and like other bonsai trees that were done by the creator, but none of them were ever released. So I'm really happy to get a second one. I also have a video of me building the OG one, but it was a little bit of a mess. It's in the same room, but like I was a totally different creator then. This is my, okay, so I'm home alone right now. No, Rams. No. Anywho, the OG isn't set to retire until 2026, so you very easily could get both and have like your collection including both botanicals. So that's kind of cool. I did really like with this set that right away when I looked at it, I knew it was the Japanese red maple. And so that's like something that really, really drew me to the set. If it wasn't obvious, I will be getting this set. Up next is the Man MK4 Bust-76327. This is part of the Marvel collection. It costs $59.99. It has 437 pieces. Like the value kind of on this one is like the other one. I don't have the booklet yet, but I'm assuming it's a licensing thing instead of a piece thing on this one. I'm also kind of guessing based off of the other Marvel set that was a little bit on the higher end price wise for like what you're getting, so I could be wrong. This one has really neat movements and a lot of different ways of posing and fun little features, so it seems pretty cool. Up next is the brick-built Mosasaurus Boat Mission 76974. This is part of the Jurassic collection. It also costs $59.99 and has 858 pieces. This looks like a really cool build. I do think it's kind of meant for like slightly older kids, but I've seen a lot of adults want to do it, including myself. I'll probably get this one. Up next, we have the Fauna Collection Tiger 31217. This is part of the art collection. It'll cost $64.99 and has 744 pieces. This looks interesting and definitely looks like it would be a great build. It does have a good value, but usually I feel like the art sets are ever so slightly lower. Keith Haring, for example, like stuff like that is pretty common. This actually has a stand that swings out from the back of it, so that way you can put it on a shelf, but it also has a little wall hanger so it can go up like this. Up next, we have the Durrr Restaurant 77076. This is part of the Fortnite collection, costs $64.99 and has 546 pieces. Again, this has really amazing minifigures. I feel like if you could build that at the back and make it modular, it would look really cool in a Lego city, which I know isn't the intent, but I feel like it could look really cool. I might just get this to do that, honestly. Up next, we have the Kakamora Barge-43258. It's part of the Disney collection. It costs $99.99 and has 572 pieces. If I'm being honest, the price is kind of a ripoff on this one for what you're getting. This is like an hour 20 of build time plus or minus 10 minutes, which like isn't great. I think it's intended for kids because of the Friends minifigure, but in my opinion, it's a bummer and a ripoff. For reference, the Kylo Ren helmet is $38-ish less and has like 45 pieces less than this. That's literally insane. Up next, we have the Raptor and Titanosaurus Tracking Mission 76973. This is part of the Jurassic collection. It costs $109.99 and has 582 pieces. I genuinely am baffled at why so many of these have such high prices. Like, is it the dinosaur pieces? What's going on? Because all of them are insane. I don't know. I don't even want to sound like a broken record here. Next is Colombo 77077. This is part of the Fortnite collection. It costs $109.99 and it has 1,084 pieces. This looks like such a fun build. Again, really cool minifigures. It looks like a giant axolotl and I want it because it looks cool. Finally, we have the Spinosaurus and Quetzalcoatlus Air Mission 76976. This is part of the Jurassic collection. It costs $159.99 and has 984 pieces. Again, I'm kind of confused on the price, but it looks cool. Like some of the other sets I've said, it's probably good for kids play or like a really themed Jurassic City. Really quickly, because I wanted to make sure as I was filming this video, nothing else was announced. So we do have a few that just popped up today. I'm not even joking. I did this last night and we have a few new ones. Let's talk about it. Up next, we have the Sherlock Holmes Book Nook 10351. This is part of the Lego Icons collection. It costs $129.99 and has 1,359 pieces. I saw this set leaked a few days ago. And oh my gosh, does it look incredible. This is one I 100% will be buying and reviewing, and I wish it was coming out in May because I want it so bad. It comes out in June. I wish it was coming out in May. I might try to read some of the books so that way I can explain some of the plots to you while I build this one, but it looks absolutely incredible, and I 100% will be doing this one. Really quickly, as I was going to just double check that I didn't miss anything and new sets weren't announced, I actually didn't know the Sherlock Holmes before I sat down here. I saw it leaked, but I wasn't 100%. I did see that the Bluey sets weren't showing up when I clicked and filtered by sets, so really quickly, I'm just going to speed run those. I have a funny feeling this might not be like 100% of interest to you guys, so we'll go really quick. We have the Playground Fun with Bluey and Chloe at $19.99, Bluey's Beach and Family Car Trip $29.99, Ice Cream Trip with Bluey at $29.99, Bluey's Family House at $69.99, and Bluey's Family House with Memory Game $69.99. So those will also be coming out. There are like 2 sets I left out of this because they're launching in August, but I feel like that's so far away, so much could change. We haven't even heard anything about July, so I'd rather just talk about the May 1st through June 1st. Several of those sets I will be buying and reviewing, so definitely subscribe to see that. If you enjoyed this video or if there's something different with this video that I need to do, let me know. I've never done a video like this, so it's a pretty new format for me. So yeah, anyways, thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.